Maybe you want to just come in. I don't, please do not go because I just want to explain a few things. But maybe Therese, just come in if you to share maybe something you've been doing or something of interest or any motivation to keep the people going. So yeah, good evening again, and we get joke. So go ahead.
Yeah, good
Advance for
evening,
free.
everyone.
Mm, yeah,
I'm happy to be here back at home again. I traveled for a whole
okay,
week. I traveled to the cloud actually.
right.
So I didn't travel to any other country. I traveled to the cloud.
Yeah,
So I've just landed. My flight has just landed now, and that's why I'm coming a little bit late. I could not be on time.
Your spaceship.
Yes. So I have been busy the whole week. This since the last call. I happened to have the opportunity to join the boot camp that was offered here by Mike. Was that the prof spoke about it last time, last call, and I just had the opportunity from Mike to join the boot camp. And the reason being that I had registered with him and I missed the opportunity because I didn't get the link before. And so he felt so bad, he asked me to join the boot camp because it was not even equivalent to the price that I had paid for the other thing. So, and I just said, let me take the opportunity. I had my schedule was so tight, but he gave me like 3 days to think about. But then on Sunday, I decided to send him a message to say I'm going to join the boot camp. He was happy that I was going to be in the group, so he added me to the group. And the boot camp started on Monday, and it was starting at 3. It was very challenging. It started at 3 o'clock here. But for their time is 9 a.m. And the time it starts, I'm still at work, so I'm struggling between work and and, and cloud. But I made it. I learned a lot. It was very inspiring, and I happened to join the group of specialists. I think I was the only person there who did not know, who was not yet a specialist in anything, but I believe in my own specialty. I have learned my EC2 and other things in the fundamentals, so I believe I'm a specialist there too. So I,
That's good.
so I raised my head up. I didn't put my head down. There are things that I said, okay, I'm not understanding, but I'm going to understand. I will have to understand because they learn how to actually what cloud is, how to build a cloud. They brought all topics in details and from network to security, compute and migration, um, networking with other clouds. We work with things from the Oracle, from Google, from AWS, multi-cloud. It was a lot in 1 week. So
Oh,
it was a full-time class. That's 8 hours class. We just had a break 1 hour. We come back till midnight. So that's how my week has been so busy. But I'm happy to tell you that it was a very enriching lessons, an enriching course that I can think now differently. The things I learned in the fundamentals, I can see now how they are applied in cloud in real life. Like
you
when we talk
see?
of migration, now I
Mm.
can have a picture of that migration. What you have to do when they talk of inscription, that a few months, a month before, I could not even think of HTTP traveling through the SSL security. I didn't even know what it was. Someone had to explain. Leo, was it Leo? Had to explain.
Leo.
It was like a protocol, let me say, like ministers traveling from Bamenda to Yaoundé, and they had bodyguards that protect them right to Yaoundé, back to Yaoundé, that concept. So I didn't really, until I understood it this time, really seeing it real, how it can be done, and how other, the, the security groups are being applied in real life, and how the migration can be planned
Yeah, you
with
will.
everything, thinking of every detailed thing and every question that can be asked, like from the architect view, point of view, where you have to ask all detailed questions, security questions, servers. I didn't even understand how servers work, but following this course, I was able to understand how migration actually occurs and you have to migrate the servers, trying to meet the same service in the cloud or a better service in the cloud, at which your servers are protected, migrating entire databases to the cloud, and you have to be able to meet the database, that the storage that can host that, for service that can host that, and the storage too, and how the storage are reached, and how we also planned some did some architectural things which you have to build from every architecture right to the cloud. And we build also like a multi-cloud environment where you have to provision things from Oracle, from Google, from AWS. But when it comes to Oracle, there were a little or less people who had really worked in Oracle because they said Oracle was too expensive in the cloud. So Google was affordable. There were people from Google, and they knew the service, perfect services, and Azure that could work together. And how important the network is between the different clouds. And I came to learn also the concept of networking that I did not know, the IP addresses, moreover that I didn't even understand anything there. They explained the IP address until I had to go and look on my own IP address, and I found my own IP address, everything literally with my address, everything. But I couldn't believe myself. So these are IP addresses that we have been cracking our heads on, and this is how they function. It was an enriching lesson, and then we came about security. Like I came to understand now, security is one of the most important things in clouds. And when it comes to security, there's a lot of services that you have to apply. Then we talk of WAF, Shield, and other services like Cloud Duty, Trusted Advisor.
Therese, don't go far. Oh, Therese, don't go far.
No.
Let Therese speak. Let Therese speak. Continue, Therese.
So I saw how
nice.
those
Congratulations.
how Trusted Advisor was applied, how CloudWatch was applied, the monitoring services. I also came to learn about this. I am again more because it was IAM was used and is present in every cloud. And the service, like the coordinator, how it was applied, is like an identity provider coordinator in the cloud. But I didn't know that, but I learned it from there by building it effectively with the other people in the group. So, and that is how the journey has been. But after finishing the networking yesterday, we did like, okay, today was interview, how to get your first job. They interview each and every individual. You give your background first, introduce yourself, and then they ask you like a technical question, and which you have to answer like you're answering to an employer who wants to employ you, and questions like, why do I have to employ you? And what can you tell us about yourself, and so on. How technically we could answer that, but those are things we still learn by the day. When it was presented, when it came to my part, I think I was sweating when they called me, because I was stressed up, because when the others came, they spoke about their experiences, so great experiences in cloud, like 20 years in cloud, 7 years, 10 years. I was like, what am I going to say? Anyway, I just held my head up. I said, I can't put it down. I have to be in the middle of these people. So I gave my own technical knowledge. They asked me what I know. I say I know about EC2. I just had to explain about EC2.
Congratulations.
Explain and went detailedly to pricing, different pricing models, how they can be compared, which one is great and which one is not great for what, and what can be done for, can be used, applied actually. Everyone was impressed. I was like, if they were asking my number, please, can we call you later? Can we call you?
That's networking.
That is it.
That is networking.
That's great.
So I already have some numbers. They already sent me messages about calling me tomorrow. So I say I'm ready to learn. Anyone who has anything to make me improve in this journey, I am ready for it. And I think it was motivating because I'm coming from a different field without much experience like others who were already there. They were so impressed that I'm taking that step also to learn in cloud. They are encouraging all the women to join the cloud. They want as much women to join the cloud.
Therese, you don't get job. No worries. That's
Therese,
my mentor. Therese don't
Therese,
get job. Una forget.
Therese,
Yes, really.
in fact, you've done very well.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I think that load balancer that you put in your head, it is
They were there. I
it
applied a
is
load
more
balance
balancing
already.
now and has created too much space that things are getting there and staying there. Yes,
Actually,
you've done very well.
I have a lot of storage now.
Yeah, because
Memory space.
you are speaking now like a technician. The language that you're using, maybe they'll say that me, I'm not a technician. That's why I'm over talking about it. But you've done very well. If I want to go back to the stupid questions which used to inspire us, and we look at your own journey, and the good thing
Right.
was that you did not want to stay behind. And I can see that thing um, it's a built-in something that wherever you want to, wherever you find yourself, you look for your strengths to prevail. Like and you bring value to yourself, bring value to your community, bring value to wherever you're coming from. I think that's good, and that's what life is about. Look for what you are good at and celebrate it. And that's what we're learning. That's what Miss Tabby told us the last time. Learn to find your strength and you bring it out, and people will celebrate it. And of course, when you feel your value, you will know that you have a place in that community, But if you feel that people are just tolerating you, then but I think you've done very, very well. And the language that you're speaking, you're articulating as a professional, you go to the thing and you talk about. And I think that I'll ask that guy to bring that course again when we are finished, because it's like it's preparing you a lot more deeper into things that we can imagine.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you a kudos. You've done well.
Thank you. And I still wanted to
Great.
add something because we did something with the interview today, and very important things that came up with the interview, because she talked about how they employ people, how they interview people, and most of the people, like 3,000 people, come for an interview, they lie. And when you happen to have one person that is honest, even if the person says he just knows this like storage, and he is ready to learn other things, he's motivated, they are ready to take that person and train that person than the person who brings up a lot of baggage and say, I'm this. But when you are going deep into technical things, then the person is not able to answer. And so he said they like honest people, like employers like honest people. But the thing is that you have to keep it positive. Like if they ask you, do you know this service? You don't use your strength to say no, and you don't answer a no. When they ask if you know this service, you first talk of the things that you know best, and then you say at the end, you say they give you the opportunity to do this. You have not had the opportunity to do that, and if you are given the opportunity in this company, you are going to excel, and you are motivated with passion to learn, and that's what keeps you the employer employ you, because you are honest. You first showed your strength, and then you diverted to the other one where you are not good, but you didn't say that you are not good or you don't know, but you showed him that you are ready to learn in terms of that. And those are techniques like in the interview that people do not really get it. Like the question he asked about is tell me about yourself. He said most of the people have never answered those questions rightly, because sometimes when they ask, he is still yet to get someone who will answer that question correctly. Because when they ask about yourself, they are asking to know the things that are linked you to that job. You first explain maybe your experience, what you do, what you have been doing, and what you are expecting to do. But you have to also mention the things that link you to the job vacancy that was there, that you saw, you applied for. You have to be able to link that so that they see that, okay, you are not just talking in the air, but you are talking, linking to this job, how you can bring growth into the company.
Value.
And when you talk like that, the
Good.
employer will surely employs you because he sees a potential in you. So we just need to be authentic in what we do. Thank you. That was my journey for this
Okay.
week. It was a long
Great.
journey.
Great. Absolutely. I think that spaceship that brought you back brought you with everything and a lot of goodies. But thank you so much, Therese. It's so wonderful seeing this transformation, and as you yourself says, starting, and I think everyone here keeps quoting your questions. But personally, seeing this transformation that you've had from January when we started, this is 4 or 5 months. I must support Freddie that the way you articulate what you did in the week is quite impressive. I mean, it's only to encourage you, and thanks for you've been part of that book come and you brought that. I hope others listening um, sees this other path that you are following. Mike is still ready to come here. You know, Mike gave a very good discount for that course. He gave this group
Yes,
60% discount, and
yes.
yeah, but yeah, so 60% because the course was about $1,300, I think.
$1,400.
Yes, and he gave this group 60%. But the good news is Mike is still so passionate about this group. It's just that I wanted us to have the time for us to do our finish our exams and for us to meet up and catch again more as family. But he will definitely be joining us again in the weeks ahead when we are ready to talk, especially in the area of interview and in the area and with Therese being here giving testimony of what she experienced. I think many people will be ready to look into that. And yeah, he's always sharing information that I share into the group. So let's keep that on mind.
Therese,
And
Before we
let me say, give the
go ahead.
message. He sent a message for you, Crazy.
Okay,
He said,
great. Go ahead,
he
please.
said greetings for you, saying that he explained to the group that you are a fantastic person.
Okay.
He told them that you are a
Yeah.
fantastic person, that I'm from there, that he has no meet just few people who are so great like you, that you just create a community to help others to grow. And the people were like, wow, okay. He said greetings to you from him.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I do talk with him, and he actually did invite me for the boot camp as well. But I had a busy week, and since it's starting at 3 p.m., I had migration this week, and we were planning. I thought I was going to get into one of the classes, but with you speaking, I'm feeling like I wish I could have made it. But yeah, but I'm so happy that you've been there for us and you've brought this news. We're really happy, and thanks to him again for for that. I will definitely relate back to him. And then